What's up, guys? DLifeHD here. In this QuickCast, we talk post-game reactions to the Bulls at Hornets game, which players we should keep and get rid of. I preview Bulls at Mavericks, talk starting lineup and matchups, players to watch, and my winner predictions. Let's get started. So just as I thought, the Bulls lose yet again, this time to the Hornets. They kept up most of the game until the end of the third quarter, where the Hornets started to pull away, and then they never looked back. The Bulls lose this one by 15 points, 118 to 103, but let's take a little time to figure out why. So as I mentioned in the preview, Kemba straight dominated Dunn. I'm a little worried about Dunn lately. He hasn't been playing very well the past few games back from his injury, though he did have one game where he scored 23 points. Kemba scored 31 to Dunn's 10. Just as I predicted, LaVine dominated Batum 21 to 10. LaVine's too good of a scorer to get beat by Batum. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist came off of an injury early on, so we can't accurately measure that one. But Lamb did a great job in his absence. Williams barely edges out Markkanen, so I was wrong there, and Dwight Howard of course dominated Felicio. That was never really in question. Dwight completely killed Felicio on the inside, 24 to 12, but this one was one of Felicio's most decent games, so at least he has that. Honestly though, if we didn't have to play Felicio, Vonleh, and Payne, we would have probably been able to win that game. With that said, I want to talk about who I want to keep and who I want to get rid of for next year. First of all, LaVine, Dunn, and Markkanen are going nowhere, especially LaVine. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him. I think he can be a legitimate second best player on the team. I'd also love to keep Lopez for another couple years. I feel like he brings energy, hustle, and passion on the inside to this squad, and I believe he can be a really nice backup center for the future. I'll talk a little more about this later. Valentine, Portis, Nuava, and Holiday, I believe, are going to be nice future role players on our playoff and championship squad. Mark my words. Now, let's talk about who we can get rid of. Honestly, all these suckers can go. Felicio, Vonleh, Payne, Grant, Ashik, goodbye. I never want to see you again. In the draft, I would love us to go after Ayton and maybe a really good small forward, Michael Porter Jr. Anyone? Hey, we have 2 first-round picks thanks to Meritage. I expect big things from Chicago in this draft. Make it happen! Okay, so our next game is at home against the Mavericks. The Mavericks just came off of a disappointing 1-point loss versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, where Harrison Barnes, Dwight Powell, and Dennis Smith Jr. had fantastic games. Unfortunately, they could have used a good performance from Dirk Nowitzki. If they had, they would have probably won this one. He did score 12 points though. So both teams are coming off a loss and have something to improve in this one. Let's talk matchups. First, the matchup at point guard, Chris Dunn versus Dennis Smith Jr. This matchup is actually pretty close on offense, not so close on defense. Dennis Smith Jr. averages 1.3 more points than Dunn at 14.8 to Dunn's 13.5 points per game. On the rest of the stats, Dunn is just better. Dunn's a better rebounder, passer, and defender. Dunn even has a better shooting percentage. I give this one a Dunn. Up next, the battle at shooting guard. Zach LaVine versus Wesley Matthews. In terms of scoring, LaVine has a higher average at 16.9 to Matthews' 12.9 points per game, but Matthews has a higher shooting percentage in both field goals and three-point shooting. LaVine has a slightly higher rebounding total per game, but Matthews beats LaVine in assists, blocks, and steals. I give this one to Wesley Matthews. Now the battle at small forward. David Nuava versus Harrison Barnes. Barnes dominates David Nuava in all stat categories except field goal percentage, but that's because he doesn't take as many shots as a scorer like Barnes, so that's understandable. The only category that Nuava leads in this matchup other than field goal percentage is blocks. I fully expect Barnes to dominate this matchup, but because Nuava is a decent defender, maybe his point total will be limited a little bit. The matchup at power forward, Lauri Markkanen versus Dirk Nowitzki. Hey, it's Dirk Jr. versus Dirk Sr. I'm just kidding, but for real, this is going to be a fun matchup to watch. Kind of like looking at the past and the future of this position. Dirk isn't who he used to be at a younger age, but this matchup should still be interesting. In his youth, Dirk would have smoked Markkanen, but this one matchup is more closer now. Markkanen averages 3 more points than Dirk at 15.3 to 12.3 points per game. Dirk has a better shooting percentage and is a slightly better passer, but Markkanen is a slightly better rebounder. They cancel each other out on defense. I give this one to Markkanen. He always shows up when he plays against Dirk. Last but not least, the battle at center. Cristiano Felicio versus Dwight Powell. So I don't watch much Maverick games, so I thought, who's this Powell guy? Well, it turns out he's actually pretty decent, averaging 8 points per game and completely dominates Felicio in every category. I give this matchup to Powell. According to my predictions, the Mavericks win this matchup 3-2. The Mavs have a higher scoring average than the Bulls in their starting lineup, but this game can also be decided by the benches. If Valentine, Portis, and Grant do better than Barea, Noel, or McDermott, it should be close. If not, this game will be a disaster. I picked the Mavs to win this game though. Also, as I played on 2K18, I kind of lost in the last quarter, so hopefully that doesn't happen in this one. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and make sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook for daily posts. Love you guys, and peace.